Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am going to report about issues in curriculum. Curriculum is a reflection and a product of the society and can contribute to the change in the society. So curriculum is being drafted based on the needs of the society, or it should be drafted based on the needs of the society so that it can contribute to the change in the society. It is necessary to reflect on the issues to reach decisions in a dynamic and responsive curriculum development process. Curriculum development is a problem-solving process, and it involves the consideration of the needs and problems. Curriculum development is a problem-solving process. So it is important when you are creating a curriculum to always remember that you have problem or problems. Okay, there are problem or problems that you are going to solve through the curriculum that you are going to develop. And it involves the consideration of the needs and problems. You have to take into consideration the needs and the problems for the improvement of the programs and the implementation of solutions and alternatives for learners and their contexts. Change is an important component of curriculum dynamics, and we have to study and manage change for a better future. Uh, we also have to remember that there is no permanent curriculum. There will really come a time that we need to update. We need to make changes into the curriculum. So let us now discuss about issues in curriculum. First issue is poor academic performance of learners. Poor academic performance of learners related to varied implementation of the curriculum. Isa sa mga isa sa dahilan, no, or mga dahilan kung bakit hindi maganda yung academic performance ng ibang learners ay yung iba-ibang implementasyon ng curriculum. Sabihin pa nating exactly the same curriculum, pero yung nag-implement ng curriculum, pwedeng magkakaiba yung methods na ginagamit nila in implementing the curriculum. Another reason is lack or shortage of books and other instructional materials. Hindi natin ito maikakaila, hindi natin ito pwedeng itanggi kasi this is a fact na meron talagang shortage of books and other instructional materials. Ang nangyayari, yung teacher or yung instructor, siya na ang naghahanap ng paraan kung paano makahanap ng references, kung paano makahanap ng books. And the sad reality is, may mga uh, courses or subjects doon sa curriculum or topics doon sa curriculum na hindi mahanapan ng book. Kahit anong gawin mong paghanap, wala kang mahanap na book. Okay? And then, overcrowded classrooms. Isa din ito kasi kapag masyadong marami yung nilalagay sa isang classroom, okay, for example, 50 students, no, more or less 50 students, masyadong marami, uh, hindi matutukan ng maayos nung teacher or nung instructor yung learners. Okay? Kapag, for example, kung may Q&A, question and answer, hindi niya makayanan na lahat tanungin for clarifications or for questions yung more or less 50 students kasi very, very limited lang din yung time niya. Ill-prepared teachers. Okay? Isa din sa reasons, may mga teachers or instructors din na kumbaga pumapasok sa klase ng hindi prepared. Pumapasok sa klase ng hindi prepared. Or, may mga instances din naman na hindi kasalanan ng teacher or ng instructor na hindi siya prepared. For example, na may biglaang in-implement na method, okay? Or may biglaang in-implement na curriculum, kumbaga madali ang in-implement na curriculum, hindi talaga prepared yung mga teachers or yung mga instructors. Okay? So, syempre, ang magiging result din nun, hindi rin masyadong matututo yung mga learners. Okay? Poor attitude towards change. Okay? So, dito, may mga tao talaga na ayaw ng change. Gusto nila kung ano yung nakasanayan, yun na yun. Okay? Yun ang mahirap, no? Kasi may mga tao na kapag meron kang gustong i-implement na changes, ayaw nila. Okay? May mga tao kasi na natatakot sa change. Okay? Natatakot sa change or sadyang ayaw lang talaga kasi gusto nila kung ano yung nakasanayan. Lack of leadership support. Isa din ito, no? Kasi kung meron kang may gusto kang methods, no? May gusto kang methods na gagamitin in the implementation of the curriculum, kung walang support ang leader mo, minsan hindi mo ma-implement. Lalo na kung for example kailangan ng financial support, no? Kung hindi ka bibigyan ng leaders, no, or ng management, mayroong possibility na you cannot implement the plans that you want to implement in order to parang improve yung academic performance ng mga learners. So, isa ito sa issues natin sa curriculum. Another issue is curricular innovations lack the sense of ownership from stakeholders. Most of the curricular innovations are handed down from the top management. Ang nangyayari kasi, ang gumagawa ng curricular innovations ay yung nasa top management. Okay? And kung ano yung magawa nila na curriculum, yun yung ipapa-implement nila doon sa mga teachers and instructors. Those who are going to implement simply toe the line and follow blindly. Parang nangyayari, no choice lang din yung nasa baba, okay? Specifically yung mga teachers and instructors, wala silang choice but to follow. Okay? So, yun yung problema. Curricular innovations lack the sense of ownership from stakeholders. Sometimes, the implementers lack full knowledge of the changes. So, yun na nga, dahil ang gumawa ng curricular innovations ay yung nasa top management, yung mag-implement, hindi nila alam kung ano yung changes or kulang yung kaalaman nila doon sa changes na ginawa doon sa curriculum or modifications that they are doing. So, ang nangyayari, parang nangangapa no, yung mga nag-implement ng curriculum, ng new curriculum kasi hindi sila involved doon sa paggawa ng curriculum. In the installation of a new curriculum, all stakeholders should be involved. Dapat, no? Dapat kapag gagawa ng bagong curriculum, dapat lahat ng stakeholders kasali doon sa process. Okay? As early as planning stage, consultations should be made. Hindi pwede or hindi dapat na yung top management, sila-sila lang yung mag-uusap-usap at gagawa ng curriculum or gagawa ng mga innovations doon sa curriculum. Dapat tatanungin din si parents, tatanungin din si teachers or instructors, tatanungin din si pupils or si students and others. Okay? Or the society in general. Dapat meron involved sila doon sa paggawa no ng curriculum. Another issue is some curricular innovations are results of bandwagon but are not well supported by managers. In the desire of some schools to be part of the global educational scenario, changes and innovations are drastically implemented even if the school is not ready. Okay? Result of competition, no? Uh, kung syempre hindi pwede na walang changes na gagawin yung school, 'di ba? So mag-implement at mag-implement 'yan ng changes based sa global educational scenario. Okay? Kung may mga changes na ginawa yung ibang schools, syempre mag-ano din 'yan. Kailangan din nilang mag-adapt ng changes in order to cope kasi mapag-iiwanan sila. So, for example, sa ngayon, no, assuming, no, for example, sa ngayon walang schools na gumagamit ng computers, for example, or wala silang computer subject. And then later on, merong isang school na nag-introduce ng computer subject sa kanilang curriculum. So, syempre, yung ibang schools, mapapressure sila. No? Kasi may bago sila. May bago yung ganitong school. So, kailangan nilang mag-cope. Okay? Kahit na, minsan, ang nangyayari, nag-introduce sila ng changes even if the school is not yet ready for that change. Curriculum innovations should be well planned and well studied. Hindi pwede na minamadali yung curriculum development. Dapat kailangan siyang pagplanuhan ng maayos, kailangan siyang pag-aralan ng maayos. Kasi baka imbes na ma-improve yung curriculum, yung current curriculum, baka ang mangyari mas maging worse yung curriculum. Committees should be formed to address each phase of the curriculum. So, hindi rin pwede na iilan lang yung gagawa ng curriculum. Okay? Dapat yung task doon sa paggawa ng curriculum dapat well divided. Okay? Kasi mas maraming experts, mas maraming involved doon sa paggawa ng curriculum, no? Kasi mas maraming ideas or mas maraming suggestions, mas maganda. Another issue is the lack of regular monitoring and evaluation. Inadequate monitoring and evaluation activities to find out the curricular strengths, weaknesses, and problems are being encountered. General practice seems to show that when a curriculum is introduced or implemented, it ends without report of result. So, parang ang nangyayari, no? Parang madalas na nangyayari, after the implementation of a new curriculum, wala nang report of result. Kung ano ang nangyari doon sa implementation ng new curriculum. Okay? Nakatulong ba? Mas napaganda ba niya yung curriculum? Or baka mas naging worse yung curriculum? Monitoring and evaluation is needed and must be done. Kailangan mayroong monitoring at saka evaluation ng new curriculum. Okay? Kasi doon malalaman kung ano, may mga pagkukulang pa rin yung curriculum, doon malalaman, no? Through the monitoring and evaluation. And then changes can be made. Another issue in curriculum is innovations result to teachers burnout. With many changes taking place in the curriculum, many teachers are getting burnt out. Okay? Minsan, sa sobrang dami, no, ng mga changes doon sa curriculum, ang kawawa yung mag-implement, which is yung teachers or yung instructors. Sila yung kawawa kasi hindi sila handa. Okay? As we have mentioned kanina, kung galing lang sa top management yung curriculum, binabalang doon sa mag-implement, yung mag-implement parang nabulaga, no? Na ang dami palang changes. Ang dami palang preparation na kailangan gawin. O tapos kulang yung time to prepare. They got tired easily and motivation is very low. Okay, isa din yan sa reasons, no? Yun nga, dahil dun sa sobrang dami ng mga kailangang gawin, ma, uh, mapapagod din sila. Lalo na kung walang motivation. Lalo na kung very low yung motivation or worst case, baka walang motivation. Collaboration in the implementation of a new curriculum is necessary. Okay? Kailangang magtulungan yung society, kailangang magtulungan yung stakeholders para sa implementation ng bagong curriculum. Okay, another problem or issue in curriculum, innovations are not communicated to all. Only the managers understand the changes. Those who are directly involved merely follow. So, related yan doon sa kanina, ang nakakaalam lang ay yung mga managers. Ang nakakaalam lang, nakakaintindi lang doon sa changes ay yung mga managers since ang gumawa ng curriculum ay yung top management tapos hindi involved yung nasa baba. Kaya hindi involved yung mag-i-implement ng curriculum. So, ang mangyayari, syempre, since hindi man sila involved doon sa pag-update ng curriculum or paggawa ng curriculum, ang gagawin na lang din nila is just to follow. Okay? Another issue in curriculum, technology presents new challenges and new opportunities. Curriculum is a century-old area of study in education, and it is experiencing massive change. Kasi nga walang permanent curriculum. From time to time, merong changes na kailangang gawin sa curriculum. Technology with its new ways of treating information requires a different paradigm for curriculum leaders. This change presents new challenges and new opportunities. Parang ito yung nangyari ngayong nagkaroon ng COVID-19 pandemic. 'Di ba? Uh, Although may mga schools na meron ng distance learning or e-learning, although meron ng mga schools na nag-implement ng ganun, pero kunti lang. Majority pa rin sa mga schools ay face-to-face or yung traditional education ang ginagamit. So, nung nagkaroon ng COVID-19 pandemic, biglaan eh. Biglaan. So, parang nataranta yung mga nag-implement ng curriculum. Kasi yung curriculum, no? The curriculum was designed for a traditional way of teaching or yung face-to-face education. So ngayon nahirapan sila kung ano ang gagawin nila, no? Ano ang gagawin nila since bawal ang face-to-face classes. Okay? So doon pumasok si technology. So ang daming applications ngayon na hindi masyadong ginagamit dati pero ngayon ginagamit. Okay? For example, si Zoom, okay? Or Google Meet, or even si Facebook, si Messenger, and many more uh, 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 applications, no, na pwedeng gamitin sa distance learning or online learning. Okay? So another issue 'yun, no, sa curriculum. So, yun yung kadalasan na issues and concerns sa curriculum. But we also have other issues in curriculum. How shall the values that guide development of the curriculum be determined? Okay? Kasi kailangan merong values na mag-guide doon sa pag-develop or paggawa ng curriculum. But the question is, paano malalaman? Okay? Kung ano yung values na yon na mag-guide doon sa paggawa ng curriculum. This problem area is broad in scope, but involves issues of most critical significance. The setting is provided by the world dominated by a struggle over competing value systems. There is the fact that within our own culture, there are substantial conflicts over values. Various individuals and groups want to be sure that the values which the school is fostering are consistent with their beliefs. It is our views that education must be concerned with values. Okay? Sabi nga nila, para saan pa yung sangkatutak na kaalaman na natutunan mo kung wala kang values, kung wala kang manners. Okay? Growth of pupils and students must be in some direction. Okay? Kailangan mayroong values na naka-integrate doon sa curriculum kasi kailangan mayroong direction na pinatutunguhan yung pupils at saka students or the learners in general. But unfortunately, the problem of determining the values that shall and do operate in curriculum development is complicated by many questions that cannot be disposed of in the easy way that it can be decided that children should not be educated to become pickpockets. So, unfortunately, no, yung problem na to in determining what are the values, no? What are these values that can guide the development of the curriculum? is complicated, no? Hindi siya ganun kadali na ma-determine. Complicated siya, hindi siya ganun kadali as to saying na hindi kailangan or hindi dapat tinuturuan yung mga students na magnakaw. Hindi siya ganun lang kadali, no? That our culture is in a period of rapid change is well known to the society. Okay? Alam natin na masyadong mabilis yung changes na nangyayari sa ating culture. This process of change affects social values most drastically, both in interpretation and application. And the result is substantial areas of conflict develop. This presents a major problem for the curriculum worker, for he must make choices. Okay? Dahil sa rapid change sa ating curriculum, nagkakaroon or nade-develop yung tinatawag nating conflict. And dahil sa conflict na yan, nahihirapan din yung sa part ng gumagawa ng curriculum kasi kailangan niyang gumawa ng choices. Okay? He may choose to avoid the conflict areas, in which case he is accepting the concept that the school should take no part in the critically important process of value clarification and reformulation. So yung isang choice na pwede niyang gawin is to ignore. Okay? To ignore those conflict areas. Kumbaga, we will not tackle those conflicts. No? Those conflicts. Or he may take the position that the school should make a value interpretation, which means taking sides. Okay? The other option is to decide na okay, we will take part. No? We will take part and we will tackle those conflicts, which means taking sides. Okay? So mangyayari, you will have to choose sides, no? Kasi nga may conflict. So kung magte-take part ka doon sa conflict, no, to take part in solving those conflict, you have to take sides. And results in opposition by certain groups in the community to the type of curriculum developed. Okay? Kaya mahirap, no? Mahirap doon sa part ng magde-develop ng curriculum. The problem is further complicated by major differences in the values accepted by subgroups within our society. How these conflicting values should affect the curriculum is a matter as yet not generally accorded attention by curriculum makers. The matter of determining the values which should guide the curriculum is still further complicated by the close relationship of values and religious beliefs. Okay? Mas nagiging complicated pa, no? Itong process of determining what values, okay, what values that can guide the development of the curriculum, or what values should be integrated into the curriculum. It is further complicated by the close relationship of values and religious beliefs. Kasi minsan nagkakaroon ng differences, no? Magkaiba yung sa values at saka doon sa religious beliefs. The contention of many religious leaders that a system of values must inevitably rest on religion raises the difficult problem of how schools may determine values to guide development of the curriculum without encroaching on freedom of the individual to decide for himself his religious belief, which is one of the basic rights guaranteed by our Constitution. Okay? Kaya mahirap, no? Mahirap. Kasi minsan nagkakaroon ng conflict yung values at saka yung religious belief. Okay? And hindi rin pwede na ipilit mo yung values na yon, no? Na gusto nyong i-integrate doon sa curriculum kasi baka ang masagasaan ninyo is yung right ng individuals to choose, no? To freely choose for his religious belief. Another issue, no? Another issue in curriculum is this. How shall the curriculum be related to the problems and conditions of life? This problem area takes its setting when deep concern was expressed both by laymen and educators that the school curriculum be related much more directly than it had been to the problems our society faced. It was emphasized that education should make a direct contribution to the solution of persistent social problems such as unemployment, use of leisure time, conservation, housing, health, and many more social problems. The kind of education afforded by a school system should be determined to a considerable extent by the needs and conditions of the society that maintains the school. So yun nga, no? In developing the curriculum, you have to take into consideration the needs and conditions of the society. Okay? Kasi baka yung gumawa kayo ng curriculum, wala naman din gustong mag-enroll. Kasi yung curriculum na dinevelop ninyo, hindi niya tinake into consideration yung needs ng society or yung conditions ng society. This concept has become a widely accepted guide for developing the curriculum of schools. Efforts to relate the curriculum to social problems and conditions have taken a variety of forms. There have been numerous attempts to organize the curriculum so as to deal directly with social problems. Another issue is how shall the curriculum be planned? Okay? How shall the curriculum be planned? This problem This problem area has two facets. One, determining the part various individuals shall play in planning. Okay? One, determining the part various individuals shall play in planning. The other, deciding how the various elements entering into the curriculum, such as the characteristics of the learners, subjects, and social ideas, problems, and conditions, shall operate in planning. Both of these points have been long-time matters of disagreement in curriculum development. They continue to be of great importance and merit most careful continued study and research. Two other bases of organization have been suggested as alternatives: children's interests and needs, and some type of social analysis such as areas of living or social functions. Another issue is, has emphasis on process resulted in too little attention to objectives? Okay? Because in developing a curriculum, baka masyadong na-focus doon sa process, no? Baka masyadong na-focus doon sa process tapos nakaligtaan yung totoong objectives kung bakit dinedevelop yung curriculum. For the past few years, a matter of major concern has been the process whereby the curriculum is developed. This has been stimulated by a number of factors. One, no doubt, has been the conviction that earlier efforts at curriculum improvement often failed, or at least fell short of the goals set because of the means through which change was sought. Decisions by individuals in positions of authority or by small groups on matters affecting the total teaching staff without doubt limited both the inclination and the ability of the larger group to make the desired changes. So minsan ang nangyayari, yung small group, no, a certain small group lang yung nag-usap-usap at gumawa ng curriculum, ang nangyayari, nalilimit niya, no, yung ability of the larger group to make the desired changes. Okay? The emphasis has been so great as to raise the issue of whether appropriate attention is being given to what should be achieved. Not frequently, the impression gained is that the process is the whole show. Minsan, masyadong napofocus doon sa process. Okay, kayong group, kailangan ito yung matapos nyo. Kayong group, ganito dapat yung matapos nyo. Pero, dahil doon sa pressure na natatanggap nila, baka masyadong na-focus doon sa process, pero nakaligtaan yung objectives or what should be achieved. So much attention is sometimes given to organizing groups, to using recorders and observers, to buzz sessions, to measuring group participation, to creating a good group atmosphere, and the like, that too little thought is devoted to determining what the procedure is all for. It seems quite possible that at the present time, in some instances at least, an imbalance has been created in other direction, and that altogether too little attention is being given to the objectives and goals toward which education should be directed. The inevitable result is a feeling of being all dressed up and no place to go. Another problem, sorry. So those are the problems. Those are the problems problems, issues, or concerns in curriculum. So in conclusion, the fundamental principle of curriculum planning is student must be selected to fit the planned curriculum, or curriculum must be planned to fit the level of students enrolled. Dalawa lang yan, no? In curriculum planning, dalawa lang yan. It's either ang ifo-focus ninyo is to select students para mag-fit doon sa planned curriculum, or magplano ng curriculum, mag-develop ng curriculum para mag-fit doon sa level ng students na enrolled or mag-i-enroll. Okay? The large number of unresolved issues in the curriculum field may become a source of discouragement to curriculum workers. However, it should be held in mind that powerful forces wholly beyond the control of the school have operated to create this situation. Okay? We have to accept the fact that there is no perfect curriculum. That is why we must always remember that, as mentioned a while ago, change is an important component of curriculum dynamics, and we have to study and manage change for a better future. Okay? Baka kasi parang magsawa na yung develop ng curriculum na Kumbaga, feel na lang nila or maisip na lang nila na ano ba to? Ang daming changes, no? From time to time, kailangan ng changes. Okay? Pero, yun nga, we have to bear in mind na part talaga ng curriculum development yung change. The curriculum is the point in education at which theoretical differences regarding purposes, the nature of learning, and the role of education become operational. So long as there are substantial differences of viewpoint in our culture regarding these matters, the curriculum worker must deal with controversial issues. There seems little prospect in the foreseeable future that our society will be free from such differences. Kumbaga parang wala tayong magagawa talaga eh. May mga differences talaga tayo, no? May differences tayo in planning, may differences tayo sa ideas, no? So we have to accept that fact. What is important is to look for the better, no? Look for a better curriculum. Consequently, the curriculum worker should expect that much of his work will involve the resolution of differences of opinion and development practices suitable to situations where differences exist. So, that's all for my report. And these are the references that I used in this report. And I hope the issues, no, and some other topics that I have discussed are clear, no, are clear as I have discussed. Okay, you've learned something from my discussion or from my report, and thank you so much. No, thank you so much for watching and listening to my report.